Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today, in the world of coin collecting, stories often emerge that defy belief. Tales of rare finds, hidden treasures, and historical relics tucked away in pocket change have captured imaginations for generations. But among all these fascinating narratives, one coin has risen to almost mythical status: the 2000p United States of America 1 dime coin. Not merely because of its age or design, but for the staggering value attached to it. Yes, a single 2000p dime that has made headlines for being valued at an unimaginable $210 million. A coin that many might have unknowingly spent at a gas station, dropped in a vending machine, or left abandoned in a drawer. But behind its unassuming face hides a story of rarity, error, history, and fortune that is unlike any other in the history of American currency. It begins at the turn of the millennium, a symbolic year filled with anticipation and excitement. The year 2000 marked not only the start of a new century but also a period of innovation, transition, and heightened interest in memorabilia tied to the milestone. The U.S. Mint, continuing its tradition, produced millions of coins that year, including the dime, featuring the familiar image of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a design that had graced the dime's surface since 1946. On the surface, nothing about the 2000p dime appeared unusual. It bore the same inscriptions: Liberty, In God We Trust, the year 2000, and the P mint mark signifying it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, but it was during that year, amidst routine operations, that an anomaly occurred. A minuscule batch of dimes left the Philadelphia Mint with an ultra-rare, unintentional feature. According to numismatic insiders, a handful of these dimes were struck on planchets meant for a different denomination, or perhaps even from a foreign batch of blank coins, resulting in a weight discrepancy and a metallic composition that deviated from standard issue. Some speculate it might have involved a unique alloy mixture, giving it a slightly different hue and resonance when struck. Others whisper about a hidden micromint mark or secret engraving left by a retiring mint worker, a personal mark to commemorate the turn of the millennium. Whatever the cause, the rarity wasn't discovered immediately. For months, these special dimes circulated unnoticed among millions of regular coins. It wasn't until a curious collector in Pennsylvania noticed an unusual ring to a dime found in his pocket change that questions arose. This collector, a retiree named Harold Jensen, had spent decades casually collecting coins, guided by instinct rather than formal training. The dime, he later recalled, felt slightly heavier, its edges sharper, and when dropped on a glass table, it produced a distinct chime unlike any other. Intrigued, Harold took the dime to a local coin dealer, who recognized subtle abnormalities. The color appeared fractionally different, and under magnification, minute deviations in the strike could be seen. The dealer suggested sending it to a professional grading service. The result astounded everyone involved. The grading service, after a series of metallurgical and die strike analyses, confirmed it was not an ordinary 2000p dime. What they had was a mint error so rare it hadn't been officially documented. Furthermore, an X-ray fluorescence scan revealed an unusual alloy composition not consistent with standard dime specifications. Word spread in the numismatic community like wildfire. Suddenly, other collectors began scrutinizing their collections and pocket change. Over the course of the next 2 years, only 4 other dimes matching this anomaly were discovered. Each underwent rigorous authentication, and each was confirmed as part of the mysterious 2000p anomaly. Theories abounded. Some believed these coins were test strikes for a proposed alloy change that never went public. Others argued they might have been intentional Easter eggs, placed by a rebellious mint employee eager to leave a mark on history. The market responded with fervent fascination. The initial 2000p error dime found by Harold Jensen went up for private auction, fetching an unprecedented $210 million from an anonymous buyer believed to be a European billionaire with a penchant for rare Americana. The sale shattered all previous records for the sale of a single coin. In a world where rare cents and half dollars had fetched millions, a simple dime ascending to such heights seemed unfathomable. But it had happened, and the numismatic world would never be the same. That sale sparked a modern gold rush. Collectors, dealers, and treasure hunters scoured flea markets, estate sales, and personal collections, hoping to unearth another example of the prized 2000p dime. Metal detectorists combed beaches and parks, while pawn shops reported a surge in people cashing in change jars. The frenzy was so widespread that the U.S. Mint issued a statement acknowledging the existence of a small anomaly batch, though they stopped short of confirming numbers or causes. The acknowledgement only fueled the hunt. The implications of the 2000p dime's value stretched beyond collecting circles. Financial analysts wrote articles on the importance of tangible, rare assets in an increasingly digital economy. Economists cited it as an example of how perceived rarity and storytelling could assign astronomical value to an otherwise utilitarian object. Museums sought to acquire one for public display, viewing it as an artifact of American culture, symbolic of chance, curiosity, and fortune, yet, the story's allure wasn't solely based on financial value. There was something universally captivating about the notion that a tiny coin, easily overlooked and commonly handled, could harbor such significance. It spoke to the human tendency to assign worth to objects tied to narrative, history, and the promise of hidden treasure. The 2000p dime represented more than money. It was a physical embodiment of possibility. For Harold Jensen, life changed dramatically. With his newfound wealth, he established a foundation promoting numismatic education for young enthusiasts, ensuring that the stories and skills tied to coin collecting would be passed down. He appeared on television, gave talks at universities, and became an icon in the community. Despite receiving offers for book deals and movie rights, Harold insisted the real story was about the coin, not the man. In the years following the $210 million sale, the remaining known examples of the anomaly dimes have either been secured in private collections or displayed at major institutions. Auction houses list them as the holy grail of modern American coinage, with each appearance generating record-breaking bids and fevered anticipation. While rumors occasionally circulate of a new discovery, none have been authenticated since. The legend of the 2000p dime lives on, a tale shared among collectors, whispered in auction rooms, and eagerly taught to aspiring numismatists. It serves as a reminder that even the smallest, most ordinary items can possess extraordinary stories and immense value. And perhaps, most tantalizingly, that another such treasure could be waiting in your change jar, pocket, or beneath the cushions of your sofa. So, as you go about your day, pay closer attention to the change you receive. Examine each coin, listen to its ring, and consider its story. That unassuming dime might just be a piece of history, a rare artifact worth more than anyone could imagine. In a world of fast-paced transactions and digital wallets, tangible relics like the 2000p dime remind us of the magic in everyday objects and the stories they silently carry through time. If you've enjoyed this incredible story of fortune, rarity, and American history, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. There are countless untold stories hiding in plain sight, and by joining us, you'll be first to hear them. Until next time, keep your eyes open and your coins close. You never know which one might change your life forever. Next, 2021 P1 Dimes USA coins. Have you ever come across a small, ordinary-looking coin and wondered if it could secretly be worth a fortune? Imagine walking down the street, spotting a shiny coin on the ground, picking it up, and unknowingly holding a piece of history in your hand. Today, we unravel one such extraordinary story about a tiny coin that has taken the numismatic world by storm, the 2021 P1 dime from the United States of America, a coin so valuable and rare that collectors across the globe are willing to pay astronomical sums just to add it to their collections. And when I say astronomical, I mean a staggering face value of $240 million. Yes, you heard that right. A coin that once had the humble value of just 10 cents has now earned its place among the richest and most prized coins in history. Let's embark on a journey through time and value as we explore what makes the 2021 P1 dime so special, how it came to be minted, the mysterious events surrounding its creation, and why it's become the talk of coin collectors and historians worldwide. To begin with, you have to understand the importance of the dime in American coinage history. The United States dime, officially worth 10 cents, has a storied past dating all the way back to 1796 when the very first one was minted. Over the centuries, its design has changed multiple times, featuring iconic figures like Lady Liberty and, later on, President Franklin D. Roosevelt, whose portrait remains on the dime to this day. Fast forward to 2021, when the Philadelphia Mint released what was expected to be a standard issue of the Roosevelt dime. At first glance, nothing seemed unusual. The obverse of the coin displayed the familiar profile of President Roosevelt, accompanied by the inscriptions, "Liberty, in God We Trust, the year 2021, and a discrete P mint mark indicating it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. The reverse side bore the classic torch, olive branch, and oak branch design symbolizing liberty, peace, and strength, along with the inscriptions, United States of America, E pluribus unum, and the denomination, 1 dime. But it wasn't long before whispers began circulating in numismatic circles. A few sharp-eyed collectors and dealers noticed something unusual about certain 2021 P dimes in circulation. The coins, although outwardly identical to the standard issue, possessed unique anomalies that set them apart, subtle variations in the metal composition, barely perceptible die errors, and a striking luster that seemed different from other coins produced that year. One of the first discoveries came from a collector in Ohio, who stumbled upon a seemingly ordinary 2021 P dime in his pocket change. Noticing the coin's unusual sheen and an odd die marking near Roosevelt's jawline, he decided to have it appraised. To his astonishment, experts confirmed that this was no ordinary dime. What followed was a flurry of activity in the numismatic community. Collectors began scouring their collections and pocket change, desperately seeking these rare 2021 P dimes. It soon came to light that a very limited number of these coins had been mistakenly minted using a prototype die intended for a special commemorative issue that had never been officially released. These prototype dies were meant for a confidential minting project commemorating the 75th anniversary of Roosevelt's March of Dimes campaign, a charity initiative started in 1946 to combat polio. The project was quietly shelved due to budgetary constraints and changes in minting priorities, but not before a handful of prototype coins made their way into public circulation. Adding to the coin's mystique were rumors that some of these rare dimes contained traces of palladium in their alloy, a highly valuable precious metal typically reserved for high-end bullion coins. The combination of its rarity, historical significance, mysterious origin, and unusual composition transformed the 2021 P1 dime into a numismatic sensation. Auction houses began listing these coins with starting bids in the millions, and wealthy collectors from around the world engaged in fierce bidding wars to claim ownership of this elusive piece of American history. One particularly well-preserved specimen fetched an eye-watering $240 million at a private auction in New York, making it the highest-valued dime in history. The buyer, whose identity remains undisclosed, reportedly secured the coin for both its monetary value and its unparalleled historical significance. Numismatic experts described it as a once-in-a-lifetime discovery, likening it to the famed 1933 double eagle and the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar in terms of rarity and importance. In the wake of these events, stories began to emerge about other lucky individuals who had unwittingly come into possession of these rare dimes. An elderly woman in Florida, for instance, found one while cleaning out an old coin jar her late husband had kept in the attic. A teenager in California received one as change from a vending machine. Each of these stories added to the legend of the 2021 P1 dime, transforming it from a mere collectible into a symbol of luck, mystery, and fortune. Government agencies, too, took notice of the frenzy surrounding the coin. The United States Mint issued a statement acknowledging the accidental release of a limited number of prototype dimes but declined to disclose the exact number minted or the specifics of their composition. This deliberate ambiguity only fueled further speculation, with some experts estimating that fewer than 50 of these coins exist, while others believe the number could be as low as 10. In the months that followed, the coin became a fixture in the media, featured in countless news articles, documentaries, and talk shows. Its story captured the imagination of the public, drawing in not just seasoned collectors but also everyday people hopeful of stumbling upon their own million-dollar dime. Pawn shops, flea markets, and coin dealers across the country reported a surge in customers eager to have their dimes appraised. The American Numismatic Association hosted special exhibitions showcasing the coin and its fascinating history, further cementing its status as a legendary artifact of modern American coinage. What makes this story even more captivating is the broader reflection it offers on the unpredictable nature of value and the extraordinary stories hidden within everyday objects. A coin meant for everyday transactions, overlooked by millions, suddenly ascended to become one of the most valuable and storied pieces in numismatic history. It reminds us that history is all around us, sometimes resting unnoticed in our pockets, waiting for the right moment to reveal its worth. As we wrap up this incredible tale of the 2021 P1 dime, it's worth remembering that while most coins will never achieve such staggering value, the world of numismatics is filled with hidden treasures and fascinating stories. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a curious novice, the next time you receive change or sift through an old coin jar, take a closer look. You might just be holding a piece of history, and if you enjoyed this remarkable journey into the world of rare and valuable coins, don't forget to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on notifications so you never miss another incredible story from the world of hidden treasures. Who knows what coin might make history next? Stick around, and together we'll find out. Next, 2011 1 dimes USA coins. Today, imagine for a moment, a single coin sitting quietly in someone's pocket, mixed in with loose change, unassuming and ordinary at first glance. A coin that passes through hands at a convenience store, perhaps dropped into a tip jar at a diner, or left forgotten in the back of a drawer. Yet, what if I told you that one such coin could secretly be worth an astonishing $190 million? Yes, 1 dime, minted in the year 2011 in the United States of America, carrying a story so incredible, so rich in history and mystery, that it has become one of the most valuable coins to ever exist. Welcome to a journey that will leave you questioning what you might have sitting in your own coin collection, or even hiding at the bottom of an old jar of loose change. The story of this 2011 dime begins like any other, at the United States Mint. The dime, as we know, is a small silver-colored coin, valued at 10 cents, featuring the portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt on its obverse side. Since 1946, this design has remained largely unchanged, with only subtle differences in mint marks and dates to distinguish one year's issue from another. In 2011, millions of dimes were produced by the United States Mint across different locations: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. However, it was within this routine, unremarkable minting year that one particular coin would defy expectations and become the stuff of numismatic legend. This dime in question, seemingly indistinguishable from its peers, possesses an extraordinary backstory that stretches beyond mere metal and minting errors. While the average 2011 dime holds a face value of just 10 cents and circulates by the tens of millions, one specimen surfaced with a peculiarity so rare, so unprecedented, that it would go on to capture the imaginations of collectors and historians alike. What makes this dime worth $190 million isn't a simple misstrike or double die error, though it certainly displays unusual characteristics. This coin is unique because of the mysterious circumstances surrounding its creation and its incredible journey through history. According to long-held but only recently substantiated rumors, a small batch of experimental planchets intended for a commemorative series never officially released were accidentally struck with the 2011 Roosevelt dime design. These planchets were composed of a highly valuable alloy mixture, containing trace amounts of rare earth metals and ultra-pure silver, a blend never before or since used in United States currency. How such a planchet ended up under the dies of a standard 2011 dime production run remains a mystery. Some speculate it was an intentional act by a mint employee, aware of the experimental material's value and desirous of creating a numismatic anomaly. Others believe it was a genuine oversight, a byproduct of complex coinage processes that occasionally see planchets mixed or misrouted. Either way, only one confirmed specimen has ever surfaced, and its discovery rocked the numismatic world. The coin was first noticed not in a coin shop or collector's fair, but in the most unexpected of places, a flea market in upstate New York. A local hobbyist, known for scouring flea markets and garage sales for hidden treasures, stumbled upon a small box of loose coins for sale. He purchased the entire box for a mere $5, intrigued more by its age and variety than any expectation of value. It wasn't until weeks later, while sorting through the coins, that he noticed something peculiar about one of the dimes. It had a slightly different luster, a heavier feel, and an odd resonance when dropped on a hard surface. Curious, he brought it to a local coin dealer, who recognized it as something unusual but couldn't determine its true nature. Word spread quickly, and soon the coin was in the hands of experts at the American Numismatic Association. Rigorous testing confirmed its unique composition and irregular origin. Word of the discovery made headlines in numismatic circles and beyond. When the coin was eventually auctioned, it fetched the jaw-dropping sum of $190 million, setting a record for the highest price ever paid for a coin of its type. Beyond its monetary value, what truly captivates people about this dime is the story it tells about history, luck, and the unpredictability of everyday objects. A coin intended for the most routine of transactions, passed over countless times, now stands as a symbol of rarity and unexpected fortune. Its existence challenges assumptions about what we consider valuable and reminds us that even the most ordinary items can harbor extraordinary secrets. Since its discovery, the 2011 $190 million dime has sparked a nationwide hunt among collectors and casual coin enthusiasts alike. People now inspect their change with renewed vigor, hopeful that they too might stumble upon a hidden gem. Coin shows have reported increased attendance, and online marketplaces see listings for 2011 dimes advertised as potential million-dollar finds, though none have matched the composition or provenance of the original. What's particularly fascinating is how this dime's value extends beyond its metal content or scarcity. It has become a cultural artifact, a conversation piece that connects the worlds of numismatics, history, and folklore. Museums have sought to display it, though its anonymous owner keeps it in a private collection, occasionally loaning it to major exhibitions. Its image has appeared in documentaries, books, and magazine articles, and its story continues to inspire debates about authenticity, ownership, and the fine line between legal tender and priceless treasure. Some skeptics have questioned the legitimacy of the coin's origins, proposing alternate theories ranging from clandestine mint operations to elaborate counterfeits. However, extensive authentication and metallurgical analysis conducted by independent laboratories have repeatedly confirmed its authenticity. The United States Mint, when approached for comment, acknowledged the anomaly but offered no official explanation, adding to the mystery and allure surrounding the dime. Its journey from an unassuming flea market box to a $190 million auction house sale represents one of the greatest Cinderella stories in the world of collectibles. The coin serves as a reminder that sometimes, the rarest and most valuable treasures lie hidden in plain sight, overlooked by millions and waiting for a discerning eye to recognize their worth. What makes this particular story so enduring is its universal appeal. Everyone, at some point, has handled loose change, absent-mindedly tossing coins into a cup holder, a desk drawer, or a piggy bank. The idea that one of those coins might hold a secret capable of transforming lives fuels a sense of hope and adventure. It turns everyday transactions into opportunities for discovery and inspires people to learn more about the history and artistry of the money they use daily. In the years since its discovery, numerous rumors have circulated about other possible experimental dimes from the same year, but none have been definitively located. This scarcity only adds to the original's value, as the sole representative of a minting mystery that continues to baffle experts. Collectors and treasure hunters remain undeterred, scouring estate sales, flea markets, and antique shops in hopes of unearthing another piece of history. The allure of the $190 million dime isn't just about wealth, it's about the thrill of the unknown and the magic of history intersecting with everyday life. It reminds us that stories live in objects, that each coin in our pocket has passed through countless lives and moments, carrying with it silent witnesses to history. This tiny piece of metal, minted in anonymity, now commands the attention of the world, not for what it was meant to be, but for the extraordinary turn of fate that elevated it. In many ways, this dime has become a modern legend. School children learn about it in coin-collecting clubs, numismatists recount its tale at conventions, and casual enthusiasts swap stories of their own hopeful searches. It has transcended its status as mere currency to become a symbol of fortune's fickle favor, of the unexpected, and of the enduring allure of the treasure hunt. And so, the story of the 2011 $190 million dime continues to capture imaginations, weaving itself into the fabric of numismatic folklore. Its value lies not only in its metal and rarity but in the narrative it carries, a testament to chance, history, and the ever-present possibility that the extraordinary waits within the ordinary. Now, if you've made it this far, you might find yourself glancing at the change in your own pockets a little differently. Maybe there's a rare dime hiding among your coins, or perhaps a penny with an error, a nickel with a unique strike, or a quarter bearing a misprint. The possibilities are endless, and the only way to discover them is to look, before you leave, don't forget to hit that like button if you enjoyed this incredible story of fortune and mystery. Subscribe to the channel so you won't miss our next deep dive into the fascinating world of rare coins, legendary treasures, and the untold histories hidden in plain sight. Who knows, the next life-changing discovery might be yours.